Battlefield 6 was a lie. DICE told us it was the return to form, the big revival, the game that would bring Battlefield back. But what did we get? A Frankenstein shooter built to chase the Call of Duty views, the player base, instead of an actual Battlefield soul. They lied to us, not with words, but with intent. They sold hype, not heart. And now the franchise is on life support. You may think it's doing well, you may think it's kicking ass, but it isn't. Because when you try to copy Call of Duty, you don't win, you disappear. When Black Ops 7 drops, all the Call of Duty dickheads that are playing Battlefield 6 right now as a placeholder for Black Ops 7 are going to leave. And then the only thing you have left over is a Battlefield Call of Duty hybrid piece of shit that will leave no one happy in the actual Battlefield community. And if you look around the internet right now, if you look at videos in your inbox, you are seeing a lot of negative videos towards Battlefield 6 and a lot of negative posts about Battlefield 6 as the problems are becoming more and more evident. Let's also start about how DICE lie without ever actually technically lying. They didn't say, hey man, we're abandoning what makes Battlefield special. They said, we're evolving it. They didn't say, we're chasing COD trends. They said, we're modernizing for today's players. It was all coded PR speak. The kind that sounds exciting but actually means jack shit. Every trailer was cinematic chaos with that only in Battlefield slogan, except when you actually played, you realize there was nothing actually only in Battlefield about it anymore. They have replaced immersion with sensory overload, they replaced teamwork with flashy gadgets, and they replaced authenticity with hero operators that feel like Fortnite dropouts. The worst part, they knew the hardcore fans would buy it anyways because we, Battlefield veterans, trusted them. We thought, okay, this might be different. Maybe I'll buy it and maybe it'll click. It really hasn't. It's not a good Call of Duty and it's not a good Battlefield. And they are trying to appease the Call of Duty community, and what they're ending up doing is once again abandoning their core player base, abandoning what the game's about, and now we got a bunch of slide canceling, battle passes, battle royale, Call of Duty slop, masquerading, and camouflaged in Battlefield 6 camo. DICE sold us Battlefield 6 like it was some revolutionary leap forward, new scales, new technology, next-gen warfare. But after the beta has dropped, it's obvious that the thing was more or less like duct taped together with corporate panic because the game is not ready. You couldn't even see your KD at launch, no scoreboards, no real server browser, just slop. But the reason why also it's so popular is the hate for Call of Duty. When you look online, it is not real life. People online hate Call of Duty and anything that can fight against Activision and that shit company and how bad Call of Duty has become. People are looking at anything in any way to fight back and lash out at Activision, and Battlefield 6 is that. Battlefield 6 is more so popular because of how bad Activision and Call of Duty is than actually on the merit of being a good Battlefield. Battlefield used to know exactly what it was. It was cinematic, it was large scale, it was unpredictable, teamwork driven chaos. Now it's a directionless theme park. DICE wanted COD's audience so badly, they forgot their own. Instead of owning the niche that made Battlefield unique, they have tried to be everything and ended up being nothing. Specialists, bro-class identity, gunplay feels floaty, recoil inconsistent, vehicles don't even actually do anything, they don't even dominate unless you're playing the Battle Royale. There aren't even actually big maps to use the vehicles, more or less. There is horrible hit registration, netcode problems, etc., etc. And visually, it's pretty hollow. It looks like AI-generated version of Battlefield. Nothing looks really right if you're an actual Battlefield player, unlike most people who are playing it are Call of Duty players, and that's why I think it's so great. I mean, of course, there are some Battlefield fans who are enjoying it. Obviously, if you're watching this and you're listening to me and saying, I like it, that's fantastic. But it is what it is, man. It's not that DICE can't make good games, it's that they don't know who they're making them for anymore because they're working and trying so hard to steal the Call of Duty player base. But they're not going to. When COD drops, the COD kiddies and dipshits are going to bounce. They're leaving. And this is also where the lie has really collapsed, man. DICE built this entire game to please people who were never staying anyway. The COD crowd doesn't plant roots. They move in, they are basically leeches, and then they move on. They chase whatever's trending. All these streamers, they just chase what's trending. Whoa, it's Arc Raiders, let's play that. Or it's Battlefield, let's play that. But once Call of Duty comes, the new Call of Duty, they're going to be on that 24/7. There's new Warzone. There's all types of zombies content. I mean, Battlefield 6 is cooked. When Battlefield 6 launched, COD players, like I said, hyped it up. They've been hyping it up. And already, it's going downhill. The hype is dropping. On PC, on Steam, the numbers are fine. But if you look at the numbers on console, it hasn't cracked the top 5. And all I saw were videos like, oh my god, Battlefield's back, COD's in trouble, the game's dead, Battlefield 6 killed COD. Remember those thumbnails? And then now, it's been a few weeks. It is now looking like people are complaining about Battlefield 6, and the hard truth is going to be coming real soon for everybody who hasn't realized it yet. The real Battlefield fans, you stick around for a while, you're out of loyalty, you're like, man, this is going to be a good game because we haven't had, because I love Battlefield. I did like Battlefield. I didn't buy Battlefield 6, or I did, but I took it back, refunded it in less than 2 days. But it eventually, we're all going to realize that we're just babysitting a game designed for someone else. DICE traded their identity for attention, and at the end of the day, they're going to get neither. Let's talk about actually playing this thing. You spawn in, you sprint for 10-30 seconds, you get sniped by someone hiding that you'll never see again, you respawn, close quarter chaos, there's no actual flow, there's no actual, teamwork, people are not reviving each other. If you try to play solo, it's absolutely fucking miserable. Of course, if you're playing with a team and people it's going to be more of an actual Battlefield experience, kinda. But even if you do have a good round, the system works against you. We got bugs, we got lag spikes, invisible walls, hitch registration, it feels like rolling the dice, the bloom is out of control, the netcode is not very good, and they're supposed to be patching it, but let me just make it clear for everybody. It's too late. Because once again, people are already getting bored of it. People have moved on to the next hype, and that's what social media really is, guys. It's just a big hype circle. Everyone buys into it, and then it just, like a fucking black father, just disappears, goes to get milk, and never comes back. Boom, roasted. And I'm not even nitpicking, guys. It's the heart of the issue here. Battlefield 6 doesn't respect your time, doesn't respect your community. They went out to try to suck off the Call of Duty community, and now, boy oh boy, it's a lot of trouble happening now for Battlefield 6. Now, we didn't want Call of Duty with bigger maps. That's what we're getting. We wanted Battlefield moments. In this game, literally have maps that are little tiny maps, and you're trying to drive around in tanks, and there's no flow, there's no rhythm. It's just pure chaos, and it's fast paced, which is why the COD kiddies love it, but that's not Battlefield, man. DICE thought this brand name and this Battlefield would carry them, but you can't fake soul, guys. I feel it. I don't know if you felt it, but I felt it immediately. And that's why me and many other people have just checked out. What's going to happen next, man? I'll tell you. When Black Ops 7 drops, Battlefield 6 servers will turn into a goddamn ghost town. Black Ops 7 will come in with Treyarch polish, nostalgia, hype, and instant remind everyone why DICE's approach failed. People play Call of Duty for Call of Duty. People play Battlefield for Battlefield. Now, I understand that DICE tried to take the Call of Duty community, but they didn't do it. And it's not, COD's not perfect. It's not because COD's perfect at all, but Call of Duty knows what Call of Duty is. Throughout all the years, throughout all the time, they really haven't tried to divert off of their actual winning formula. I mean, they have space boots and jetpacks and whatnot, but the actual formula of Call of Duty never, ever wavered. Battlefield, they tried to copy COD's homework, but to be honest, guys, they didn't understand the goddamn test they were even taking. And when the COD crowd moves back home, and once again, Battlefield's gonna be left with empty promises and really, really, really empty lobbies compared to how hyped it was 2 weeks ago. And you already can see it. Creators are pivoting, like I said, titles are changing, what went wrong, Battlefield 6, you can't compete anymore, there's problems here. Let's just be serious here. Battlefield 6 isn't even competing with Black Ops 7, boys. It's just waiting to be buried next to Battlefield 2042. At the end of the day, though, Battlefield hasn't died because of bugs or graphics, because there's always had those issues. Every new Battlefield release, in fact, like Battlefield 4, had real issues. And then, as time goes by, this game stays out for a couple of years, few years, and they work on it. And then, it ends up being pretty solid. But this game died because it stopped being a Battlefield game right from the jump. I mean, of course, they can add stuff that will make it more of a Battlefield game, and that's great. Hopefully it does. But the devs who made the older games, man, seem to have more passion. They seem to have more soul. They wanted to make something more memorable. Now it feels like a marketing team in charge of fun, and that's what Call of Duty and that's what gaming in general is. Now you talk about Battlefield, it's like there's just nothing but algorithms being pushed, and everything is being streamlined to try to zap into people's brains to try to hijack their, pleasure responses, instead of actually just trying to make something fun and good and letting that happen organically. And I thought Battlefield 6 was going to bring people back. I really thought. I had high hopes, man. I had real high hopes. I was up there thinking Battlefield 6 was going to be amazing. I'm a Battlefield fan. Instead, what it's done is it split the fan base, confused the newcomers, and honestly, it's kind of embarrassed the franchise. The hype is very much manufactured. The hype was built on Call of Duty sucking and Battlefield replacing it. And that's not happening. To me, Battlefield 6 was a lie. It wasn't built for the Battlefield community. It was built to trick them. And when Black Ops 7 launches, the truth will be obvious and the lies will be exposed. And I think this is as far as people don't see what I see, this is a nail in the coffin for this franchise, unless they can really turn it around. But at that point, Black Ops 7 will drop, and the people who have actually really been playing this game and hyping it out online will be gone. And the Battlefield community will be stuck holding their dicks. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on our video real soon. Stay black, question authority, and don't let the honky cracker reptilian shapeshifters bring you down.